So now we come to trash. Trash and more trash. If has anybody ever had an environment where the trash collection stopped coming? No? You have? Oh. And how quickly does your trash pile up, the trash in your neighborhood? Fairly quickly? That can get really ugly. I remember in the 70s they had the trash bags in New York, and they had the, just trash on the sidewalk piling up deep, deep, deep. When you have trash stacking up like that, you have the similar problems that you have to not dealing with human waste. I'm not talking about the waste that comes through you, waste that's come from you. The similar kinds of diseases, bacteria, problems, sicknesses are caused from having trash around. Not to mention having those kind of trash around invites rodents and possums and all kinds of things that go with it. There are basically two kinds of trash that we generate. If you think about it, the two kinds of trash that we have one is garbage. They refer to it as garbage. That's foodstuffs, leftovers from meals, cleaning from dishes, those kind of foodstuffs, those kind of garbage. That garbage can be dealt with fairly easily in that you can create a compost pile. Those people who garden in their homes probably have started a compost pile. If you are like I am, and I live in an apartment complex, I don't have a compost pile. But I can certainly start one easy enough for all of my trash. If you take that garbage and put it into a compost pile, keep it secure, and work it as a compost pile, you take that, what would have been trash and garbage and refuse, and could turn it into something productive for growing plants and everything else. That process, by the way, generates its own heat. That heat inside the compost pile kills the bacteria that are inherent in the garbage that you throw out. And so it's kind of a self-sustaining, self-cleaning system, I guess is the best way to put it. I'm sorry, I skipped one of the things you can use for food garbage. That is, you can use it to feed pets. If you have pets, dogs, cats, those kind of things, you can use that, and after the cat food or dog food is run out, you can use that to feed your pet. The answer that my child gave me when I was talking to them about this, they said, well, Dad, our cat won't eat that. I said, after 3 days of not having anything to eat, the cat will eat you. So the cat will be thankful for whatever you may give it. After you dealt with the garbage, there is trash. Paper, plastic, tin cans, those kind of things. The best way to deal with those type of items is to clean them out and reuse them. Reuse paper plates for, if you need for writing, for leaving messages on people's houses, or whatever you need to do with them, for lighting fires, for insulation. You can use all of the paper, a lot of these paper products. We are a society now of where everything that you get is more and more packaged. And so it's entirely possible that the food packaging that you're eating has never actually touched any food. It's just paper with cardboard or some kind of plastic lining on it. That can be used, folded flat, and reused for various and sundry purposes. Store lots of toilet paper. Very little else works the same way as toilet paper does, or as efficiently as toilet paper does. And if you don't have toilet paper, you're going to start finding out where's that old phone book? We don't have Sears catalogs anymore, so you're going to have to use the paper out of a phone book or the newspaper, and then you got all kind of different cleaning issues that way. And lastly, I wanted to cover personal hygiene. We talked a little bit about having the Purell on hand and having toilet paper on hand. One of the things that you can't have too much of is some bleach, just basic household chlorine bleach. A 5% solution of bleach mixed with water will be just about enough to clean almost any surface and kill it, kill the bacteria or those kind of things that you have to put in there. So a little spray bottle with a 5% solution of bleach will kill most bacteria and the things that will grow, and when cleaning the toilets or those kind of things, clean your hands. Just make sure that you kind of use something to rinse it off. Chlorine will burn you if you have too much of it. So having chlorine around and bleach around in sufficient numbers to take care of your needs is also a very good idea. The other thing that you want to do, and we talked about, flushing your potty using something other than the water that comes in. Almost anything. Remember, in the bat cave over here, in the privacy shelter I have, it has a little 5-gallon shower, solar shower. That 5-gallon shower is enough, if you're judicious, for 2 people to take a warm shower. You can catch the water that you use from that by putting some kind of bin or basin down and catch the water that comes off of washing. Once that water's come off of you, you certainly can't drink it, but you certainly could use it to flush a potty. And so you want to capture that kind of water. You can use the water from canned corn, or the water that comes out of peas when you open your cans of peas. You can store that water in a jug or something. Not a lot there. You're probably not going to want to brush your teeth with it, but you certainly could use it to flush your potty. And then the recommendation is that you should shower only once a week. It depends on how hard you're working and how close you're staying to people. And then using what they refer to as PTA showers in between. If you don't know what a PTA shower is, ask my mother. She's the one who taught me the term. There's also things that are on the market that are self-heating disposable washcloths or baby wipes. You can use those too to keep yourself clean in between. For washing hands, for washing your body, those things don't require water. And you should have something like this, or one of these, in either your 72-hour kit or your car or something like that. This is a personal hygiene kit. Personal hygiene kit. We often think about, we're leaving and we're one of the lessons I'm going to talk is about sheltering in place. But think about if your house is on fire and you had to leave like we had the fires in the hillside, you're not going to go live in the mountains. You're not going to go pitch a tent and live like Jeremiah Johnson. You're going to go be in a hotel. Or at your aunt's house. Or your friend who lived down the street. Or you're going to go stay at a church member's house in another state. You're not going to need a tent. You're going to need a washcloth. You're going to need a razor. You're going to need a toothbrush. So having things like this, you can either buy these commercially, which has has small toilet paper, has feminine hygiene products, the baby wipes, the towels I told you about, soap, razors, tissues, those kind of things. You can get these, by the way, in male and female versions, where it's all female products and things for women, things for men, or you can make these your own, put them in a Ziploc bag and put them wherever you need to go, so that when you arrive there, you have the personal hygiene products that you need. So when it comes to your personal hygiene, both sanitation-wise and personal hygiene, that's one of the things that could and should be a top priority in your preparation. It's something we give very little thought to, but if something were to happen, it would be a priority in a hurry.